Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to this session called Smart SAS Converter Build, Migrate, and Modernize. Here we are going to show you how you can smartly convert your SAS code to a Snowflake compatible code. Myself, Minal Bhatkar, I am a Snowflake data superhero and a principal data engineer at Blue.Cloud. I am presenting this session in front of you with my colleague Nilesh. Over to you, Nilesh.
It Thanks, Minal, and thanks for the warm welcome to everyone. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Nilesh Tantarpale. I am head of Offshore Operations with Blue.Cloud. Now, let's move on to the agenda of this meeting. So, we would be going through the introduction of uh, this demonstration, where we would be going through the basics of SaaS application. What are the challenges? We would be also looking at SAS versus Snowflake code, and then we will be meeting SAS application or SAS to Snowflake application code converter, and then Minal will guide us through the demo as well. Let's move on to the introduction. What is SAS? SAS, a statistical analysis system, is a software suite used for data management, advanced analytics, statistical modeling, and business intelligence. Now, before we jump into migration and automation, let's talk about the SAS itself. SAS has been around since 1970s, one of the pioneer in data analytics long before cloud or big data even existed. It becomes a good to go tool for banks, insurer, and healthcare companies because of its reliability and strong statistical libraries. However, as the world moved towards cloud native platform like Snowflake, SAS started showing its age. Licensing cost, limited scalability, and difficulty integrating with modern data pipelines become challenges. That's where our modernization story begins, helping organizations retain their logic and intelligence while moving to modern cloud ecosystem. Now let's understand some of the benefits of SAS application. SAS has been a leading tool in the realm of data analysis for serving decades with a strong reputation for reliability and accuracy. It is widely used across industries such as finance, healthcare, and government due to its proven ability to handle complex analytical tasks without errors. SAS provides a comprehensive suite of data manipulation, statistical analysis, and advanced reporting, which ensures that makers can trust the insight generated from their data. SAS also offers an extensive range of statistical procedures, enabling user to conduct sophisticated analysis, including regression, ANOVA, multivariate analysis, and more. For predictive modeling, SAS provide tools such as SAS Enterprise Miner, which include advanced machine learning algorithms providing capabilities like decision tree neural networks and time series forecasting. This makes SAS particularly powerful for uncovering trends and making data driven predictions. SAS is designed efficiently to manage and process large volume of data. It can handle various data formats and types, streamlining the process of data cleaning, transformation, and integration for multiple sources. Its robust data management tools allow user to work with large dataset without sacrificing performance, ensuring scalability and speed in data processing tasks. Over the years, SAS has developed a rich ecosystem that includes an extensive range of libraries and macros that streamline analysis and reduce the need of repetitive coding. There is a vibrant community of SAS users who actively share knowledge, best practices, and solutions through forums, user group, and conferences. This mature ecosystem supports users enhancing their skills and finding innovative ways to leverage SAS for their specific analytical needs. So SAS is prominently used in banking and finance where credit risk modeling, fraud detection is used. It also has its roots in healthcare, retail and insurance domain, covering clinical trial analysis, regulatory reporting, customer segmentation, demand forecasting, and policy pricing as well. Now let's see some of the challenges of SaaS application. SaaS application often contain decades of business logic embedded in complex code, macros, and data step, making them intricate and heavily customized. The accumulated code is hard to document and understand, which complicates both maintenance and modernization effort of enterprises. Migrating SaaS workloads manually requires significant time and effort since every line of legacy codes needs to be analyzed, recorded, and tested in new environment. This process is not only expensive due to the labor involved, but also highly susceptible to errors, risking business continuity, data integrity during and after migration as well. A large portion of experienced SaaS developers are reaching their retirement age, resulting in a shrinking talent pool. With limited availability of new experts and only restricted support of older SaaS version, organizations faces increasing challenges in maintaining and supporting their SaaS environment. Given the above constraint, there is an urgent requirement of robust automated modernization solution that can accelerate migrating without sacrificing the quality. Automation helps reduce manual overheads, minimizes error, and ensures business logic is reliably transferred to more agile platforms such as cloud native or open source analytical ecosystem. SaaS legacy workload are not natively compatible with modern cloud infrastructures, making it difficult to leverage the scalability, cost efficiency, and security of cloud platforms. Integration options are limited, and migration SaaS application to the cloud often involve complex workaround or expensive proprietary solutions. On the other hand, SaaS AI and advanced analytics frameworks come with substantial licensing and infrastructure cost. The complexity of its tool requires considerable specialized training, creating a steep learning curve for new users and increasing operational cost when compared to more accessible open source alternative like Python and R. Now let's move on to SAS versus Snowflake code, where Meenal will take you ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Nilesh, for the great introduction about SAS. Now we all know what is SAS. We know what was its benefits, and now we all know what are the challenges we are facing with the legacy system. Now let's see how does the SAS code looks like and how does the Snowflake code looks like. If you just see on your left hand side, there is a SAS code which is taking the input from a CSV file, filtering the data, and then putting the output in a CSV file. This code looks like a little complicated and not very easy to understand. But if you just see at this right hand side, which is Snowflake compatible code, it is extremely readable. If anyone knows SQL language or is pro in Snowflake, they can easily read this type of code and they can easily identify what this code is exactly doing. So now let's make this SAS to Snowflake converter. How does it look like? So this is our SAS to Snowflake code converter application where you will see on the right hand side you will see there is a SAS to Snowflake converter text box where you will just copy paste your SAS code and it will then help us to convert it to Snowflake compatible code. On the left hand side, if you just see there are model selections where you will see built-in LLM models and custom LLM custom model options. If you just select the custom model option, you have to customize some of the your business rules which are not understandable by the Snowflake delivered Cortex LLM models. That is very easy to understand, and we are going to talk about it, and I will show you how exactly you can code this. If we just select built-in LLM model, we have included almost all of the Snowflake delivered LLM Cortex models like Snowflake Arctic, mistral-large, Llama, Gamma, all of them. So each, I will not say if any of the LLM model is best. It it is depending on your use case, what type of code you have in your legacy system, based on which we will just convert the code. For example, you have to do some permutations and combinations. For example, if you have a code which is more SQL based or file based, I would suggest Snowflake Arctic is the best one. But if there is a code which requires plotting some diagrams, plotting some analytical diagrams, then Mr. Large you can try it out. So based on what type of code do you have to do some permutations and combinations, and based on which you can select your LLM model. Now on the right hand side, you see a browse file button here. If you have like a really big code, then you don't have to just copy paste in the text box. You can just import your YAML files here, and then you can just convert it. It's as simple as that. We have also listed some YAML schema and some sample SAS program to make you understand what type of code it is allowing to input. There is a convert button. So whatever the code you are just inputting your text box or in the file, using this convert button, you will just convert your SAS code to Snowflake code. It will give you a code, Snowflake code output. It will give you a confidence score, which is ranging from 1 to 10. So if you see a confidence score more than 6 or 7, it is a good compatible code, where it will give you the confidence that okay, this code is maximum converted and you have to do a very less bit of changes in that code. But if you get a very less confidence score, then just check for like changing your LLM model and check for other compatible models. It will also give you the analytics of your code, what your code is exactly doing, and it will also tell you the some testing suggestions, where if you it will just suggest you how you can just test your code, and it will also list some challenges in terms of your code while it has faced in the conversion. We will also see how this code is coded in our app. So I'll just brief you a key features of this app, and then we will deep dive into a demo session. So this is a Streamlit based interactive app where you will just input your data and you will get the output along with all the other details which we just discussed. So while converting, we have uh, we have given the reference to SQL language first. So if your code is easily getting converted to SQL language, then it will just prefer the very first as a SQL language. But if there is something which is not convertible to SQL, then it will just jump for the Python code. For example, plotting some diagrams, it's not easy in SQL, so maybe it will just use your Python code to convert the code. It handles the macros, steps, joins, and complex functions, and convert the code easily. We can also define some user defined custom rules configurations. So just we discussed, if we can define some custom rules based on your business requirements, and then we can just configure them based on uh, as per your requirements. Now we can also we have included all type of Snowflake built-in LLM models here. Now, it also efficiently processes very large and complex SAS codes, and then as we just discussed, it also generates the confidence scores generation. We will just see it into a demo in a bit. So without doing further ado, let's jump on to demo. So now you see there is a SAS to Snowflake converter on your screens. So now let's see SAS to Snowflake converter. On the left hand side, we can choose any of the converter, any of the LLM models, Snowflake Arctic, mistral-large, Llama, Gamma. So I will just copy paste the sample program here, which we have just listed, and paste it here. Where what it is doing is it's just inputting a CSV file data to a table. It is just filtering the data, and then it is just outputting the data based on the on in the CSV file. Let's click on convert. I will also show you the comparison between different LLM model outputs, and we can choose in from the multiple outputs. So in future, we are just planning to have multiple outputs comparison screen directly so that it will be easy for you to choose which code suits best for you. Here we have got a temporary table in where we are just inserting our CSV file to a table. We are just then filtering the data, and then we are outputting the data into a CSV file. We have got confidence score as 9, and it has given us a full code analytics what our code is exactly doing, and then it has given us some test suggestions and some challenges if it has faced. If you just click on download converted file, converted code, then it will just copy your code to a file, and you will get that SQL file. Now I'll just copy paste this code into a notepad. LLM model, let's say mistral-large, and then again try to convert the same code. Now if we just see, we again got a confidence score 9. We got all the details, and the details are very neat and clean. And now we will just copy this generated code to the same text file, and let's compare. Now it is clearly like using a stage and inserting data into a normal table. It's just creating another table. Uh, so it's just creating the same table, replacing the same table with the filter data, and then outputting the data into a CSV file into the stage. So I think this code is giving us a best results. It's more readable than this. So I think we can go for mistral-large for such codes. Let's see another code in our sample where we are just joining two different tables on some condition and filtering the data. That's it. So I will just show you this with both the LLM models again. Let's select Snowflake Arctic, and then let's convert. Now it's simply giving us a temporary table creation out of these two different tables. Let's see now mistral-large, and then click on convert. Now we can see there is a confidence score 10, where it is just creating a table out of two different tables with some joining criteria and some filter conditions. So, so if you see the converted code and the confidence score, I think we should go with this code which suits best as a output, and we have to do very minimal changes like changing the table name. That's it. Or in earlier case, we had to change only the stage name and the table name. That's it. So now let's see some complex code. If if I just show you a sample code where we have to write some plot diagrams using some variance. So I will just copy this code and paste it in our app. Let's check the Snowflake Arctic conversion. So I'm just showing you this only this two LLM models, but you can go for another all the other LLM models and check for the compatibility of your code. Now, if you just see, it has successfully given us some SQL code and some Python code to plot the diagrams, and it has given us a confidence code 9. Now, if I just go and select the mistral-large and try to convert, you can see it has given confidence score as 7, and then it has just given us a SQL code. That's it. So I think we should go for the Snowflake Arctic in such cases. Now I'll just show you how this code looks like for this convert. If you just see, it's a Streamlit code with some of the inputs which we have given as a sample code and a sample schema in the on the our application. And then this is the important part of this code where we have to correctly define your prompt so that you will get the accurate results. So we have written a prompt, and we have also included all type of LLM models which are there available in Snowflake. So this is how this program looks like. You have to remember that you have to define a perfect prompt so that you will get the accurate results. Now let's go back to our Streamlit app, and then I will show you a little complex code. Now here in this code, we are taking input from three different data sets. We are loading that data into the tables. We are joining all those tables, and then we are just outputting the data into a CSV file. It's a little complex code where we are dealing with three different data sets. I'm just copy pasting this code here, and let's try to convert now with Snowflake Arctic. You will see it has like quickly given us the output results with three different CSV files loading into three different tables and then joining the tables. Here you have to just fill in your conditions, and you have to give your stage names correctly. If I just go and select mistral-large, it's taking a little time to convert. So for such type of code, I think you should try Snowflake Arctic. So this is how our demo looks like. Now let's jump to the slides again. So I'll just briefly tell you the benefits and impacts of this application. So it is 70 to 80% faster, and you will have to spend very less effort for the migrations. So you just have to rely on this app and don't have to look for anything on the internet. for the syntax conversions. It will give you a consistent SQL output. So if you have some consistent legacy code, it will just give you the output in the consistent manner. It will help you to give a testing suggestions for debugging and validations. It will give you very lower migration costs compared to if any other applications are there in the market. Also, it will just enable you to focus on optimizing and not writing the code. So that is a very much big selling point of this application. So that's it from my side. I would like to Nilesh to give you a brief of our future and mass enhancement plans and a conclusion note here. Thank you.
Thanks, Minal, for the magnificent and informative demonstration. As a part of future enhancement, we will be coming up with a full automation mode where application will be able to take an end-to-end code from your end. We would be converting this, and we would also be coming up with the testing capabilities on its own, where application will be able to test the end-to-end application based on the sample code and the sample data provided. Now, as we conclude, the legacy SAS environment presents significant hurdles, including complicated accumulated logic, slowing manual migration, shrinking skilled developer support, limited cloud capability, and high operational cost, specifically for AI workloads. Our SAS to Snowflake conversion tool directly addresses these challenges by automating code, transformation, validation, data integrity, eliminating manual integration risk, and enabling seamless adoption of Snowflake's cloud native architecture. This empowers organizations to modernize faster, slash cost, and unlock scalable, future proof analytics without the steep learning curve or delay of traditional approaches. Thank you all for joining today's demonstration session.